If your knees crack, pop, or grind when you move, especially after 55, this video could save you from making a huge mistake. Because there is one very popular exercise millions of people still do, believing it will strengthen the knees. When in reality, after a certain age, it often makes things worse. More stiffness, more inflammation, more cracking over time. And the most dangerous part? This exercise is still recommended everywhere. Gyms, YouTube, even well-meaning friends. Stay with me until the end, because what I'll show you instead doesn't just protect your knees. It helps them move more smoothly, with less noise and less discomfort, often within weeks. First, let's clear up something important. Knee cracking after 55 does not automatically mean damage. In many cases, it's a sign of poor joint lubrication, muscle imbalance, or excess compression, not bone on bone, as people fear. But certain exercises dramatically increase that compression. The exercise you should be very careful with after 55 is deep knee bends and full-range squats done with speed or added load. This includes fast bodyweight squats, jump squats, deep lunges with the knee far past the toes, and any movement where the knee is repeatedly forced into deep flexion under pressure. Here's why this matters. After 55, the cartilage in the knee naturally becomes thinner and less hydrated. The meniscus becomes less elastic. Synovial fluid, the joint's natural lubricant, is produced more slowly and circulated less efficiently. Deep knee bending dramatically increases pressure inside the joint. Studies in biomechanics show that knee joint compression can increase up to 7 times body weight in deep flexion. For younger joints, this may be tolerated. For aging knees, it often leads to irritation, swelling, and more cracking sounds, not less. That's why many people say, "I tried strengthening my knees, and they got worse." It wasn't the idea that was wrong, it was the exercise choice. Now here's what to do instead. Instead of compressing the knee joint, you want to support it from the outside through muscles that stabilize and unload the joint. The first movement is the sit to stand from a chair. At first glance, it looks almost too simple to matter. Many people dismiss it because it doesn't feel like a real exercise. But after 55, this is one of the most knee-friendly and functionally powerful movements you can do. Here's why. Every time you stand up from a chair, toilet, car seat, or couch, your knees go through a controlled load. Unlike deep squats, this load stays within a safe range of motion. There's no extreme bending, no sudden pressure spike, and no forcing the joint into positions it may no longer tolerate well. To do it correctly, chair height matters. Choose a chair where your knees are roughly level with your hips when seated. Too low, and you create unnecessary compression. Too high, and the muscles don't work enough. Place your feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart, with your heels slightly behind your knees. This position allows your larger, stronger muscles to do the work, instead of dumping stress into the knee joint. Before you stand, hinge slightly forward from your hips. This small forward lean shifts your center of gravity over your feet and reduces knee strain. Then push through your heels and stand up smoothly, focusing on using your thighs and glutes. At the top, fully straighten your hips without locking your knees, then reverse the movement slowly. Lower yourself back down under control, resisting gravity instead of dropping into the chair. That slow lowering phase is just as important as standing up. It builds strength, stability, and joint control, the exact qualities that protect the knees during daily activities like stairs and getting out of a car. This movement strengthens the quadriceps and glute muscles without deep knee compression, which is why it's so effective when cracking or discomfort is present. It also reinforces a movement pattern you use dozens of times every day, making it far more practical than isolated gym exercises. And just as important, it retrains control. After 55, joints don't respond well to speed or momentum. Fast movements increase shear forces and joint irritation. Slow, deliberate sit-to-stands teach your body how to generate strength smoothly and safely. Think control, not effort. Smooth, not fast. Stable, not forced. If you focus on quality and move slowly, this simple exercise can quietly do more for your knees than many aggressive routines ever will. The second movement is straight leg raises. Lie on your back or sit upright, one leg bent, the other straight. Tighten the thigh of the straight leg and lift it a few inches off the ground. Hold for 3 to 5 seconds, then lower slowly. This strengthens the quadriceps without moving the knee joint at all, which is ideal when cracking is present. Strong quads act like shock absorbers for the knee. The third movement is controlled step backs instead of lunges. Stand upright. Step one foot back just slightly, bend both knees a little, then return to standing. Keep the front knee stable and aligned. This trains knee stability while limiting forward knee stress. Small range. Slow control, no forcing depth. And now, one of the most important things most people ignore. Knee cracking is often not a knee problem. It's a hip and ankle problem. Stiff hips and weak glutes force the knee to absorb forces it was never designed to handle alone. That's why hip abduction exercises, like gently lifting the leg to the side while standing, often reduce knee noise over time. When the hips stabilize better, the knee doesn't have to twist or compensate. Finally, something that surprises many people. If your knees crack, you don't need to stop moving. You need to stop jarring movement. Slow, controlled, pain-free motion actually improves circulation of synovial fluid, which can reduce stiffness and noise. What you want to avoid is bouncing, jerking, rushing, or forcing depth. Here's the key takeaway. After 55, your knees don't need punishment. They need support, control, and smart loading. The wrong exercises speed up irritation. The right ones help your knees move more quietly and confidently again. So let me ask you, when do your knees crack the most? Going downstairs, standing up, or during exercise? And which movement are you going to replace starting today? Share in the comments. Your experience helps others and helps you stay accountable. Thanks for watching.